right now. Oh, gee! A Geelong player's gone down behind McLean.
Hello everybody, welcome back to another week, another episode of the Sports Cooler. I'm Andy Hayes.
You've told me off in the past.
It's going to be a long silence. I think we're over that now. I think we're over it. I think you need to introduce yourself.
I'm James Blackwell, and welcome to the Sports Cooler. 1-0. 10. Oh, episode 10.
10.
Episode
Okay,
10.
that wasn't a great effort, I'll be honest with you. I
That looked like you were trying to
bit
demonstrate how to birds and the bees.
Well, little Jimmy.
Right.
Okay.
We'll
Let's get on with it.
The plug for the website is sportingmad.com.au. Twitter is @sportingmadau. And the Facebook is Sporting Mad. The podcast will be available on iTunes. And if you're watching us on YouTube, please subscribe. Click somewhere on this page. And it's been a great week in sport. Busy week.
Now, James, can we introduce your friend?
My friend?
Yeah.
Which one?
The one that's on your nose. It's got to be said. I know you said. I know we said we wouldn't bring it up.
Yeah.
But I've got one.
It's probably exacerbated by the fact that my nose is so big.
It's a fairly sizable schnoz.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. But look, fantastic week in sport. It's been a great week.
Yes, it has.
But I think we'd be remiss if we didn't talk about the major issue that has faced the Australian sporting landscape this week.
Yes.
And that's Adam Goodes.
Yep.
I know I'm going off script a little bit.
No, that's all right. Look, I know you're passionate about this, so
we said we're trying to avoid the story, but
not avoid it. I think
not
it's
avoid.
Just, I think
not
it's
avoid
just
it,
a sensitive story that
we're not knowledgeable enough about
exactly
the
environment.
particulars.
But yeah, I know you've got something that you want to when you get on with.
Yes, yeah. But look, we've thought long and hard about it, and we need to at least acknowledge that there's an issue. This week has highlighted that Australia has a major issue with racism, one which in a lot of quarters it refuses to acknowledge. It can't be swept under the carpet anymore, and whether or not you agree that the booing directed towards Adam Goodes was racially motivated, the fallout from which has certainly been very much racially motivated. Australia has a problem with racism, and it's been highlighted this week. It's not just the sort of ignorant hillbillies that we know call into talkback radio and get offended that they've been called a racist, but you see it in the proliferation of social media posts. People have never been vilified for the colour of their skin, and have jumped out in support of Adam Goodes and Aboriginal rights in particular in some vain attempt to try and show how unracist they are. This story's made the headlines around the world. BBC Sport featured it on their homepage, and people are not talking about AFL, the game that we love, the competitive game. They're talking about how racist the fans are in the same breath in how racist they talk about the Russian football fans, and it's upsetting. It's not a nice thing to acknowledge or be a part of, but it's got to be acknowledged. We routinely poke fun of John Terry for his racial indiscretions, but the truth is that racism's no laughing matter. We, as Australians, we need to acknowledge there's an issue and that racism has no place in sport, no place in society. Right. I think my rant. I
don't think it's a rant. I know you were going to say I think my rant is over, but that's not a rant. That's just a fair point to say that it's a complex issue. There's many sides to it.
Yeah.
And we stand by the thing that whatever you think about this is that generally racism in sport has no place, and not even in sport, but generally in life. So I think that's all right. I don't think it was a rant.
Let's go on with the show. Let's get on to more lighter things. Let's get on with it.
All right.
What highlights of the week? There's
a lot. Like? There's been a lot going on this week.
Yep.
Now, one of the stories that I like the best is we've been giving FIFA a lot of grief.
Yes.
Over the last kind of 10 episodes, I shall say. Over the last 10 episodes.
It's every episode.
And rightly so. Rightly faux.
Nice little faux.
Faux.
It's cold weather out there. Nice little faux. Warms you up.
Are we going with the Asian food?
Well, we can diversify.
I don't know where you're going with this.
I mean, diversify the not being sports only, being cooking.
No.
MasterChef's finished.
No, we can't be not... I'm really struggling with my words here.
Get on with it.
All right,
FIFA.
No, so Winter Olympics. The Olympic Committee, or the IOC.
Yep.
As I like to call them.
IOC, yeah.
Yeah, the IOC. are just as bad as FIFA,
Oh,
if not worse.
I agree.
Just if not worse. Now, they gave the Winter Olympics, the 22 Winter Olympics, to Beijing. Now, while China gets snow, Beijing does, but not so much. Very much the hinterland.
But isn't it the hinterland's about 100 miles away from the city centre?
Yeah, I mean, it's a big city.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, it's a big city. Now, one of the things that you brought our attention is that to keep the amount of snow that they need, they're going to use, per hour, the same amount of water in an Olympic swimming pool to make snow in one of those
snow.
cool snow-making machines that we wish we all had.
As an environmental consultant, I really can't condone
That is 24, I don't know how many megaliters
Megaliters,
or whatever the
yes.
hell it is, but that's a lot.
It's a lot of water per
And
hour.
surely there's a lot of people in China, out in the wop-wops of China, that need water. Or
Yep.
food. Or just not for China
And-
to spend 20 billion on a
Yeah,
stupid
well-
bunch of... Not a stupid bunch of sports, because I think the sports are great, but it's
They-
ludicrous.
yeah.
What I'm trying to say is the Olympics at the moment are ludicrous. They're worse than the World Cup, and that includes the Summer Olympics.
Yep.
So, on that note...
Yes, calm down. Calm
No,
down.
I will not calm down.
Calm down.
I'm out.
Go, leave. Like, in their defence, they only awarded it to Beijing because it was
No one else wanted it.
One of two. No one else wanted it. The European cities who were favourites pulled out.
And in the Summer Olympics, Boston have now said, actually, you know what? We
too
can't
expensive.
justify spending the money on this.
When there's people starving.
And
in the world,
exactly. No, and you look at Russia, they spent 50 billion on the Sochi Games.
Yeah.
Those things are never going to be used anymore because Sochi's basically in the arsehole of nowhere. Yeah. And 50 billion into an aid package probably feeds every person in the world. It probably stops world hunger, but yet they can spend it on a freaking snow velodrome. Now, that doesn't exist, but that's the word that came into my head.
Snow velodrome.
All right. Now, that is a rant, and that rant is just about finished.
Yes.
All right. Now, James,
Yes.
you are a Richmond supporter, I believe.
I am a casual Richmond supporter. I would say.
How casual have you been this week?
I've been
More than casual?
I've been a bit more vocal than normal.
Yes?
I would say. Yeah.
I'm stunned by that.
Why would you say that? My membership has come out of the closet. It's been dusted off. I've still got my 3 games to go to this year. all of a sudden, this next 3 weeks have been taken up.
So Richmond get over the line against Hawthorn in what I can only say is a fantastic
It was a cracking
performance.
game of football.
Bloody good performance by
Cracking
Richmond. But every jackass is coming out of the woodwork. I'm quite angry today.
Yeah, this is the...
But they're out and about and they're all thinking, "Ah, look at this, I'm a Richmond supporter." You know
Yeah.
what? I have something to say to these Richmond supporters. No. For the people who've gone to the Richmond games, for the people who've gone to the Richmond games,
You're so ranty today.
I know, I didn't think I was
It's
as
like a
angry going
Prozac.
into it, but I'm angry. To those people who are coming out of the woodwork, are coming out of the Bush Homer Simpson style,
Yep.
no, get back in there. You don't deserve it. To all the Richmond supporters that have been on the bandwagon for the whole season, through thick and thin, get up. Get
Yep.
up and about, but the rest of you, bugger off.
And how are you going to just sit in between the...
I don't care. You figure out how to do that. Put you all in a room, Hunger Games style, and see who comes out.
Fair enough.
All right,
Fair
I
enough.
need
You're
to
done.
go. I'm
You're
off.
done.
I'm off.
Calm down. Have a Prozac.
I'm gone.
You're done.
Whew.
Well,
Just stand over here for a second. Just
Just have a breathe. Do some
Calm
lunges.
down.
Do some lunges.
all right. Okay. Now I'm back. I'm
Right.
back.
Well, my highlight of the week.
Yes.
Do I get a turn? Do I get a? I think I get a go.
should be quiet for probably a good 15
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Women's FA Cup final.
Yeah.
First one to be held at Wembley, and over 31,000 people turned out to watch it, which wasn't as many as they expected, but,
No,
it was
but
it's certainly a cracking crowd. It's a record crowd.
And it's great
for
that they
Women's
got it
FA
into
Cup
the
final.
stadium,
Yeah.
into the Wembley.
I think it's on the back of the Women's World Cup this year. It's cracking. Chelsea beat Notts County 1-0 with Ji So Yun scoring the winner. It was a bit of a drab goal.
Can I just say, after all the fears you had around pronouncing that name,
Yeah,
well played.
well played. Thank you. But Chelsea won. Now, in typical Chelsea style, I was half expecting John Terry to turn up full kit,
Yeah.
celebrating in the background, holding the trophy. Way! I won it.
Yeah, no, you can see that.
Yeah.
You can see that. I don't know how he would look in a women's football kit.
Well, it's the same as a man's football kit.
Is it?
Yes. We'll talk about this later. Let's
Okay.
just put this to bed.
Right, okay. But yes, I agree. John Terry, the perennial lurker.
Yes, he does it all the time. He does it all the time.
But look, I think it was great. The goal was pretty ropey.
Yeah.
It wasn't an ideal goal to win a cup
it's a
final.
goal's
not
a goal. Goal's
yeah,
a goal.
not a classic cup final goal.
No.
But then there's been plenty of those.
Yes.
And a win's a win. But it's great that it was in Wembley.
Yes.
That's the main thing.
That's the.
That's the main thing.
Yeah. Right.
Now, James,
Yes.
I just want to have a chat to you about something very quickly.
What's that?
Just fix my glasses in a very
Fix
nerdy
your-
style.
Fix your glasses.
Now, I have a complex relationship with this man behind us.
Yes, Mr. Paul McShane.
Yep. We have a love-hate. Recently, it's been love-love.
Yes.
I've been the big spoon.
Good.
Yeah.
I imagine he was a big spoon.
He's a gentle lover.
I'm sure you'd be the gentle lover if you're the big spoon. No. Just
Share it about.
trying to work the dynamic out.
Share it about. Share it about. Now, you clearly have a little bit of a thing for John Terry. I reckon if I went back through the audio, he would be in the last 6 or 7 episodes.
I think so. I think he was quite early on as well. Today we were talking about racism, and John Terry was in there as well.
So he's gotten 2 mentions, and this probably makes 4. Now, James, do you have anything you need to say?
Do you think I have some unearthed and desires for John?
Do you have some daddy issues with John Terry? Is this a thing?
Just hate the man.
Okay.
I just
Now,
hate the man. I don't know him personally, but
well, I don't know Paul, but me and Paul, we're right on
you're
it
tight.
right now.
You're
We're-
tight now. Your homies.
No, but
You're not quite there yet.
ginger people can't be homies.
Of course they can. Where's Brown?
Very strange. It really shouldn't have been ginger.
Okay.
Alrighty. Anyway, I just thought I'd bring it up. I'd like it noted.
Yeah, we've got here to talk about the Charity Shield, but that was a non-event. I don't even want to talk about it.
No, but I will say, well played, Mr. Wenger. You got one finally over on Mourinho
Yeah.
and all the crap
But
that went with it.
Mourinho threw his toys at the pram, didn't shake his hand, and then threw his medal in the crowd.
I
you
did not
that?
see that.
Did you not see it?
No.
Mourinho went round, shook every Arsenal player's hand, refused to shake Wenger's, and then as he was walking down the tunnel, just threw his medal into the crowd, and some kid got his
Oh,
medal.
what a dick.
Just didn't want it. He just threw his toys out.
I
so.
see. Now I didn't know this. I've struggled for a clown of the week this week, but I reckon Jose might have just
Jose jumped in.
He's going on the
have
list.
Have a think about it.
yeah, absolutely.
While we're talking about sports,
This is
highlights of the
generally
week.
what we do.
Yeah,
We talk about sports.
Generally,
It's called the Sports Cooler, James.
if I missed out, have been...
Yeah, I told you to stop watching MasterChef and Renovation Kitchen, whatever the hell those shows are called.
Kitchens.
Reno Kitchens.
Yeah, I wanted
Channel
to-
9. If you make a show called Reno Kitchens, we're having some of that.
Yeah.
We want royalties.
Reno Kitchens.
Gingell, I'm listening.
Kitchen
watching.
Revolution.
Oh, Jesus. I don't know where I'm going.
I don't know, but Channel 9, nice segue into the cricket last week.
I didn't mean to do that, but that worked quite
Yeah,
well.
worked well.
Yeah,
England, where did that come from? They seem to have just
it was bloody good is where it came from.
Yes, the
Bloody good.
yeah, they're back in for it, and the Australians just lacked any kind of desire.
Well, they just weren't there, were they?
Clark has come out and said they're playing with 10 men because
He's rubbish at the moment.
lack form.
I think it's time for Michael Clark to be the big man, if he wants to be the big man,
Yeah.
and step down and just. I don't think he will because
Do
he
you
needs
think
to
Pep will
probably
do
he
that?
needs to call the he'll play the series out. They're going to potentially lose the series. Play the series out, but he has to then have enough guts and enough balls to
Same
say,
man.
Steve, here you go. Here's the captaincy. I'm out.
Yeah.
Haddon goes with him. Rogers, unfortunately for Australia, is going to go. He's been their best batsman.
Yeah,
And
he's been
Oh,
averaging
it's-
15 innings until the
Well, I had a look.
second
Like,
innings.
so what did you say? Clark's average was 38
38 in the last 10 Ashes
Just
tests
in England. And I had a look at punters or Ricky Ponting's last Ashes series he played was in England in 2009.
Yeah.
And his average then, when he was on his way out from retirement, was still better than Clark's.
Yeah, like Clark's average this year, I think, this calendar year is 18.07
Yeah.
or something.
Well, I was talking to someone today, and they mentioned that they brought a team over, of which 6 of them were over 33. You had Clark, Haddon, Rhino, who retired. You had Rogers, Voges, unfortunately, who hasn't done well,
Yeah.
and there was someone else in there that I can't remember.
That's been the way of the Australian cricket team for the last few Ashes series, is that they've relied on experience,
Yeah.
but it's tended to just be the old guys that are struggling, and the English conditions, which are arguably some of the hardest conditions to play cricket in,
Yeah. Well, look,
it's just not favourable. It's not a Perth wicket where you can just send Mitchell Johnson out and get him to tear through the batsman and walk away with the win.
Mitchell Johnson's the 6th person who's over 30 odd.
Yeah,
Look, I think England played beautifully. They are going to have a little bit of a struggle without Anderson in the next test. He's
Yes,
injured.
but
Finn
stepped
bowled
up to me.
beautifully.
Finn stepped
You know,
up.
after he was in the wilderness, and they just
well,
got
that
him
was
back
it.
in.
No, he wasn't. He was. What was it? There was something I saw
He hasn't
on
really
Facebook.
played until he was dropped in Australia last year, where he was awful.
He was unplayable, and now he's undroppable.
Yeah, and but that's why we love sport.
Yeah.
That's what you do as a turnaround, you know.
And
Shane Watson might come back.
Mitchell
he might be
Johnson did it.
undroppable.
Mitchell Johnson.
He
I
won't
remember
be because he's awful, but he might be. Yeah, and yeah,
Mitchell
you're right.
Johnson
Mitchell
a couple years
Johnson,
ago,
you know,
in the
I had
Ashes.
him pegged down as gone.
Yeah.
And there he is, back and doing beautifully.
Yes.
We don't like his moustache.
Well,
I mean, you're starting to...
I like a hirsute, man.
You say, what?
Hirsute.
Hirsute.
Hirsute just means hairy facial hair.
Really?
Yeah, facial
Is that a
hair.
word?
Hirsute, yeah, pretty sure.
I like it.
It's a good word.
Shows my ignorance, but
Yeah.
I really... Hirsute.
Hirsute.
I am using that word tomorrow.
Word of the
Sir,
day.
you have got a very hirsute face. Can you use it in that context?
I probably can. There's no rules.
There's no rules around the word hirsute.
It's just a word. Right, now,
All right.
you brought this one to my attention this week, and then actually saw that the project have covered it before we've had a chance to cover it, so we're behind the 8 ball a bit here.
I am a man of very... I don't know what the... Low...
Discerning tastes?
No, yeah, that's probably where we're going. This story is just right in my wheelhouse. I love it. A guy... I can't even remember where it was. Was it in England?
I don't think so. I'm thinking Scandinavia, but
Well, maybe.
I could be well
Anyway,
wrong.
for the last 10 years, this golf course has been finding a guy who's been taking a poo every day in one of the holes. And I don't think it's consistently the same hole, but every day the greenskeeper goes out and has to check the 18 holes to see if someone's taking a dump in one of them. Now, I just think this is gold.
It's great. It's great.
As a one-off prank, it's genius. As a 10-year pooing
That's commitment.
extravaganza,
That's commitment.
it is unbelievable commitment to the cause.
That's-
Now, you brought a little sneaky tidbit about this story to my
Yes,
attention,
yeah.
and I love this because it solves it. We've solved it.
Yes.
We are
Yeah.
the detectives.
The
We're
detectives.
Mark Sloan from Diagnosis Murder. That's what we are here. Tell them how you solved
I
it.
prefer Sherlock Holmes and Watson, but
Why are you Sherlock?
why not?
I do not have an answer to
Yeah,
that.
there you go.
Carry on, Mr. Holmes.
Pipe down, Watson. Yeah, so the golf club directors of the club in question wanted all members to agree to spend the money to install some CCTV on the greens to find out who the culprit was.
Who was defecating? There's my word of the day.
Defecating.
Defecating.
Nice.
Who was defecating in the holes?
And apparently one director didn't want to spend the money and so vetoed the whole idea of...
So, let's just do a finger count here.
Yeah.
We have 6 directors.
I think it was 6, yeah.
I think it was 6.
Yeah,
Well,
6.
we're going with 6. For the story, 6 works. We have 6 directors, and 5 go, yes. The one goes, no, I don't think we should spend money on cameras. I reckon,
There's...
case closed.
Yeah, there could be a culprit right there.
Yeah, listen, Pooey Joe.
Yeah.
Listen, Pooey Joe, we're on to you. But I love the commitment of this story. So, but it also brings up a couple of things. You know, very funny. Knock on down as well. Paula Radcliffe obviously pooed herself during the 2005 London Marathon,
Yeah.
where she just had a bit of a squat and a bit of a squeeze away to the side, out in the side of the street, and off she goes.
Yep.
I don't blame her. And it also came to my attention via Twitter that Gary Lineker in the 1990 World Cup
Yes.
also looks like he had a poo on the ground in a game against Ireland, and he dragged his bum around the grass like a dog to clean it. And if you watch the footage, it very much looks like he has a poo on the ground. He wipes his bum with his hand, wipes that on the grass, and then wipes his bum on the grass. You can see
Great.
where my comedy level
Yeah.
is.
Well-
it's all around poo.
Well, if you guys know of a good sporting poo story, email us. Send it to us on the Twitter.
Particularly me, I'm
Sporting-
very interested in the poop.
Sporting Mad AU.
I love where it's going.
Yeah. Right.
Okay. James, I'm going to lie to you, or not lie to you. I have no idea where we are in the runtime of this show. I've lost track of everything.
We're up to Clown of the Week. We were going to talk about Brisbane Robe trying to be sold on Gumtree, but that's been done. That's been done before.
But I will give him a round of applause.
Yeah, I
I know
don't
you've
think
been
it's-
done, but...
I don't think it's big or clever. Someone tried to sell Torres on eBay years ago. You know,
Yeah.
come with something new, original,
Okay. All right.
like this show.
Nice. Nice plug.
Yeah.
Well played, sir.
Right.
Please sell our show on Gumtree if you're listening. Gold coin donation will be accepted. All right.
What time is it, Andy?
It's time for Clown of the Week. Now, I've got a cold, so that's probably...
quite high pitched.
Yeah, I don't know where it's going.
Is there someone down there just grabbing?
No, but there's a dolphin outside that's just rocked up. Yeah, hey, buddy. You talking to me?
Dolphin, half the neighbourhood dog, I think. Huh?
All right.
Got some schmackos?
Dogs go waggo first, waggo. That's an ad.
Yeah, we're sponsored by Schmackers.
Brought to you by Smackos, the friendly treat for your dog.
Dental sticks.
All right, anyway. All right, who's your clown of the week, James? Who is your clown of the week?
It's shared between Adidas and Man United.
Okay.
Now, Man United had a big hoo-ha this week about launching their new kit made by Adidas.
Yeah.
They're very attractive, very nice-looking kit, but they've got the replica kit, and then they've got a women's kit, which has a plunging neckline. And there's been quite a lot of comments on the internet as to why they needed to develop a separate plunging neckline jersey just for women.
Why not? Why not, I say?
Well,
that's probably not a great statement.
But people are not page 3 models going on buying it. It's regular people. No other club has a plunging V neckline of their jersey. And
maybe they're not forward-thinking enough.
Well, I think this just shows the ignorance, because this is a club that doesn't have a women's football team.
Now, you just told me this. This is fantastic.
Yeah, don't have a women's football team because it's too expensive to run. The world's biggest football club, which makes billions a year, and spending 50-odd million on players, can't afford to run a women's football club. But then Doncaster Rovers can.
Yeah, and Everton.
But
now, James, I think it is.
I'm passionate about these plans.
I think it's a testament to your passion that you've worn your wife's T-shirt to the show today, and you're showing a little bit of gorilla at the top.
So because I'm wearing a plunging neckline, that means only women can wear plunging necklines. Is that what you're saying? Is that what? Like, this is a man's jersey. And
Mate, I'll be honest with you. It's close. It's
my.
If you're comfortable.
I'm very comfortable.
We are appealing to a new audience. Well, that's all I'm saying, and I like it.
And this is my point: is that
true.
Where's the plunging V line for dudes? If they're going to make it for women, give a plunging V.
I'll be honest. If I wore a plunging V, there'd be man boob everywhere.
Like I'd go out there and buy a Man United jersey with the plunging V if it was made for the man frame.
Adidas, if you're listening to this, and we're probably going to tweet you, any chance we can get a woman's Man United shirt with the plunging V in a man size? Well, let's be honest, you're a midget, so can we get it in like a large for women, and James will wear it?
Well, but I don't want it to be a woman's jersey.
We want it with the woman's cut.
I want it to be a jersey.
No, look, I do agree with you on this. I think it's a bit. I see what they were trying to do. They were trying to open up the market, but they need to probably not.
But Nike did the same when they were the manufacturers. They had a man's jersey and a women's jersey, and the women's jersey was just the same style, but to women's sizes.
Yeah, no, look, I think they made a bit of a mistake. I joke a little bit about it, but I think they made a little bit of a mistake. Their focus groups, though, they would have done some. So somebody would have liked it, and some people will like it, but they probably need to offer.
Were they Essex bimbos?
That's possible, but I think they probably need to.
Look at that shirt; it shows off my bosoms.
Now that's football. You see, there's a cameraman in the Premier League right now going, I didn't get to go to the World Cup and take and do the camera stuff on the Brazilian women. Now I can go to Manchester and get some ginger lady with her baps out. I think it's fine for them to leave it as an option, but I think they should probably release a women's cut of the normal jersey.
Yes, which is what all the other manufacturers do. Right, your clown of the week.
Oh, look, you win. You win hands down. I can't compete with it. But I had two. Well, I had one, and then you opened up. So Mourinho definitely gets one for acting like a giant child and chucking his toys out of the pram. And the other one is Eddie Maguire for
just being Eddie.
For just being Eddie and bullying Fox Sports into thinking that people want to press red to listen to his big tomato head. Yeah? And listen to him commentate on a Collingwood game where he basically calls the umpire peanuts, he calls the crowd peanuts. Yeah. He's going to say something he regrets because he's a very passionate man, which I like. But I don't want to listen to him, and the Collingwood fans want to listen to actually some insight, not some.
It's not objective commentary.
And the only God-saving grace is that Collingwood got absolutely pumped by Melbourne by 30-odd points, and I loved it. So you win, but Mourinho gets a mention for sure.
Cool. How are we doing for time?
We are doing delightful for time.
Because I want to ask you
well, maybe not delightful, but carry on.
But sort of going from the AFL and sticking with AFL.
Yeah.
A lot of talk last week, in the early part of last week, after the success of the ICC Cup in Melbourne.
Yeah.
Is there a threat to AFL from the global code, the global football, soccer?
No. I don't believe so. I think immediately, anyway, absolutely not. People will talk about the 99,000 that went to see the Real Madrid-Man City game, and that is a one-off. You do not get Ronaldo and all of those guys and Gareth Bale down here every week. If you did, then we would be in trouble, absolutely. Otherwise, no. No, you don't, because the A-League has shown over 10 years that it's grown in popularity, but they've probably had a worse season this year than ever before.
Last year the crowds were down a little bit from
and
you've got there's different reasons for that.
Of course there is, and there's a hangover of things as well. But no, I don't believe they are. I think there's also a lot of people who are scaremongering around. They don't want their kids playing AFL. You know, a lot of mums and dads as well saying, I don't want my kid being injured. And it would be the same in Queensland and New South Wales around rugby league. You know, they don't want people to get concussions.
New Zealand
New Zealand playing rugby
with the rugby union over there.
They want to get concussions. I just don't think that's true. And although soccer is definitely gaining a foothold in the market, I think the AFL is so big compared to it. They can't be lazy. The AFL can't be lazy and ignore the threat. But I think that they can do a lot of things and work with football.
I think that was going to be my sort of next point, is that, like, not ignoring the threat, but is there a way that they can peacefully coexist?
Yeah, there is. And they can. And the AFL have to not behave like children over places like Etihad when they need to share that.
Yep.
But they're concerned. And you forget, right? From the average supporter, you support a football team and you support a soccer team. Yeah. So if you're in Melbourne, you support whoever you support. North Melbourne and Melbourne City. Yeah. And you see it as that. The AFL and the FFA see themselves, they're competing organisations, right? If you had two organisations, we're in a bowls club right now. Yeah. I don't know where I'm going with this example.
It's the dollar.
They're competing for
memberships.
In the bowls club, they compete for social bowlers. Yeah. And generally, we're not going to have a handout to the club that's down the street to make them better than us. Yeah. And that's what it is. I don't think they've anything to fear just yet, but they need to keep their heads screwed on and manage the transition.
And peacefully coexist. You know, it doesn't always have to be war and us and them and them and us, which is prevalent in the media.
Okay, James.
Yes.
What are you looking forward to next week?
I can't look past the Netball World Cup, I'll be honest.
Quick plug, get it in there. Go.
The Netball World Cup?
Yeah, and what we're doing.
Yeah, we're, for the Netball World Cup to celebrate, it starts on the 6th of August, and we've got a special section of our website, so you should head there, sportingmad.com.au, and for all your Netball World Cup
we're going to have articles and good stuff going up there over the next 2 weeks.
There's going to be a few things. We've got one of... pleased to announce that Jasmine Richwell, who's a freelance journalist, is contributing for us over the next couple of weeks.
She's going to be up there.
She's going to be up there in Sydney. She's doing some work up there, and she's going to give us some articles while we're up there and during the tournament. And I'm looking forward to that. Okay. Probably can't look past the Aussies to win it, but
no, that's true. Well, there'll be an Aussie Kiwi final. Generally is. Okay.
What about you?
I'm looking forward. There's a lot of stuff on, but I'm actually looking forward to New Zealand, Aussie in the rugby, Bledisloe Cup. I want to see how good the Aussies actually think they are under Michael Cheika, because I reckon they're going to get a right toweling just to bring them down to earth. And if they don't and they win, that's probably the worst thing that can happen, because they need to be brought down to earth before the World Cup.
Either way is going to be the worst thing that can happen, because the Kiwis, they need to be brought down. They're
too good, though.
They're too good, but they think they're too good. They know they're too good. I wrote an article this week about the Bledisloe Cup becoming stale and boring, and general feedback was nothing wrong with it, because
the feedback was all from Kiwis.
Yeah.
Oh, James.
Yes, that was it. Number 10. You said we were going to have a balloon.
I didn't get a balloon. I couldn't find a balloon. To be honest, I would have looked like a weirdo buying a 10-year-old balloon.
No balloons, no beers. What's going on?
No.
That's it for another week.
All right, get the plug in before we go.
Yep. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, which is around here somewhere. Click on it. Follow us on social media. Facebook is Sporting Mad. We've got the Twitter, which is Sporting Mad at Sporting Mad AU. Like and follow us on there. Visit the website sportingmad.com.au.
And that's it. Thank you very much.
See you next week.
Thank you, guys. Enjoy.